Have you ever agreed to help someone move apartments on your only free weekend? Like your mouth smiles and says, "Sure, what time should I be there?" But inside, your brain is just screaming in absolute misery.
Oh yeah, you're physically there, ready to lift the sofa, but mentally, you're miles away and just completely exhausted.
Exactly. Well, welcome to today's deep dive on Skillify English. Today, we're pulling from a stack of behavioral therapy journals, clinical psychology research, and studies on social compliance.
Right, because our mission today is to really unpack the hidden emotional costs of being, quote unquote, too nice.
Mhm.
We want to figure out how to respectfully break that cycle of saying yes when you desperately mean no.
And since we're all about everyday learning here, let's kick things off with a quick word tour just to ground us in the vocabulary before we get too deep into the psychology.
I love that idea. So the first word is people pleaser. That's someone who constantly prioritizes other people's needs and approval over their own well-being.
Right, like always needing people to like you. And that leads right into our second word, which is overextended. So if you are overextended, you are stretched too thin. Like you've taken on way more responsibilities or commitments than you can actually handle.
Which brings us to our third word, boundary. A boundary is simply a personal limit that you set to protect your time, your energy, and, well, your emotional health.
I mean, that sounds great in theory, but I want to push back on this right away because isn't prioritizing someone else's needs just the definition of being a good friend? Like, why are we framing kindness as a problem here?
Well, because there's a massive difference between genuine kindness and a deep fear of social rejection.
Wait, fear of rejection?
Yeah. The clinical research points out that chronic people-pleasing is actually rooted in evolutionary biology. For early humans, being rejected by the tribe meant literal death.
Oh, wow.
Right. So we are hardwired to seek external approval just to stay safe in the group.
So when I say yes to the moving day, my brain isn't really being generous. It's literally trying to ensure my survival by, keeping me in the group's good graces.
Exactly. It is a survival tactic.
Yeah.
You are essentially taking out high-interest loans on your future sanity just to pay off momentary social anxiety.
That is a brutal way to look at it.
But it's true. You overextend yourself not out of love, but out of fear.
Man, a debt cycle of energy. So every fake yes you give to someone else is actually a very real no to your own rest.
Right.
You're bankrupting your own peace of mind just to avoid like a potentially awkward 10-second conversation.
Which brings us to the psychological fallout. When you constantly override your own needs, you don't magically become selfless. You generate resentment.
That creates a strange paradox, doesn't it? You think you're saving the relationship by agreeing to help.
Yeah.
But internally, the resentment is actually destroying it.
It absolutely is. Resentment is basically the hidden tax of people-pleasing. It's rarely a loud, explosive anger. It's more of a heavy, quiet, bitter feeling.
Like a slow poison.
Exactly. It slowly poisons how you view the other person.
Right, so you're sweating on the third flight of stairs with a box of heavy books, completely furious at your friend for asking, and secretly furious at yourself for agreeing.
Yes, and you aren't actually being a good friend in that moment. The research calls out this cognitive dissonance. You're performing the physical action of a supportive friend, but harboring the internal hostility of an enemy.
Because your outward behavior and inward reality are in total conflict. That is so exhausting.
It really is.
So if this is an ingrained evolutionary reflex, how do we rewire it? How do we escape this cycle without feeling like we've become, a cold, unfeeling villain?
Well, we have to reframe the concept of a boundary. Remember our word tour. A boundary isn't a weapon. It's an energy management tool.
Okay.
To set one, you have to disrupt that immediate panic response we talked about earlier.
The panic that says, agree immediately or they will banish you from the village.
That's the one. So step one is simply buying time. You don't have to say no right away. You just need a pause phrase to beat the reflex.
Like,
Something simple like, let me check my schedule and get back to you.
oh, I can see how that pause is a total lifesaver. Because if I try to say no in the moment, I fall into what I call the over-explaining trap.
Oh, we all do that.
I feel so incredibly guilty that I invent a 5-page essay of excuses. Like, I can't help you move because my car is making a weird noise and I feel a migraine coming on and I really, really need to watch my dog today.
Ah, yes, the dog washing excuse. We overcomplicate it to soften the blow.
Right.
But the psychological studies actually show that over-explaining weakens your position and invites negotiation. The rule of thumb here is to deliver a kind but firm no without the massive excuse.
Meaning I just say, I don't have the capacity this weekend.
Yes, that is a complete, respectful, and honest sentence. You're clearly stating your limit without treating it like a crime you have to defend.
It's strange to realize that saying no to someone else is usually the very first necessary step to saying yes to yourself. Like, you are allowed to protect your peace without apologizing for it.
Absolutely. And if a fake yes only breeds hidden, bitter resentment, we really have to reconsider what kindness actually means.
So here is a thought to leave you with today. Could learning to set firm boundaries and giving people the honest truth instead of a fake smile actually be the most loving and authentic thing you can do for your relationship?
That is such a great point.
Something to mull over the next time someone asks you to move a sofa.